Good evening. Thank you for joining us for our April regular school board meeting. This evening we have Mr. Jones with us via phone. I need the notes to reflect that he is calling in. And do we need to do roll call, Ms. Smith?
Yes, you need to vote this.
Okay. I make the motion that we allow Mr. Jones to be remote and by phone this evening.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Okay, we're all set. All right, welcome again to our visitors. We're glad to have you here this evening. We're going to start out with our Pledge of Allegiance by Mr. Williamson and then our invocation by Dr. Talley. Please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Let us pray. Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you, God, for the conclusion of almost another year and your goodness to us. We just thank you, God, for those that recovered from death and also from sickness, as well as catastrophe across this nation with plane accidents and earthquakes and the things that are happening. But in spite of everything, you're still so good. And for that, we give you thanks and we give you praise for that. God, we thank you for our teachers who are working so hard as they enter testing season, administrators who are working hard, and our students, God, and parents. We just pray you would touch them in times of stress and pressure, God, that they may be able to relax during spring break and come back energized, ready to complete this year. Now bless this board, God, that everything tonight might be done to your glory. It might be done for the betterment of this great city, Martinsville, that we live in. These blessings we ask and do pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. All right, do we have any registered speakers, ladies? No. Okay. Moving on to community focus. This evening we are delighted to have three ladies from Carter Bank and Trust. We have Jane Ann Davis, Kim Simon, I think I said that correctly, and Beverly Lau. If you ladies will join us at the podium, we look forward to hearing what you have to say. And Beverly, if you don't mind reintroducing, you're the only one I know, so.
Okay, yes, absolutely. I'm Beverly Lyle, CRA and Fair Lending Officer at Carter Bank. I've been with the bank for about 8 years now. And
And I'm Kim Simon, and I've been with the bank for 24 years.
And good evening, I'm Jane Ann Davis. I'm the Chief Administrative Officer at Carter, and part-time and full-time I've been with the bank for June 13th will be 45 years.
Thank you so much for inviting us to be here and to speak with you. We have really enjoyed getting to partner with Martinsville City Public Schools for at least 4 years now, and we wanted to share a bit about what we have been working on together with you all. So we'll each say a bit, and we know that we'll be up here for about 10 minutes and not more. So first of all, I wanted to share that we've had a lot of fun and a lot of laughs, and we have tried to together do some activities that bring some joy to children, and Jane Ann's going to talk more about that, and Kim as well. We wanted to thank Cameron Cooper with Patrick Henry Elementary School. We work really closely with them. Callie Heidelah, who we worked with, and also when the CTE grant opportunity came up, she helped to connect us with Shauna Hines. And Tracy Smith-Wright has been very instrumental, I think, with the books at the library at Patrick Henry Elementary School. Dr. Talley wanted to thank you for all that you do in our community and city, and the wonderful schools that you have here. And Ashley Taylor, who has been instrumental in every step of what we've done with Virginia Reads One Book and more. So together since 2022, We've read 4 books that we'll show in a moment. We've invested in the CTE grant, and I asked, what does our community need? And I talked with the planning department and some others, and they said we need people who come out trained to do entrepreneurship and trades. And then I talked to Callie, and then to Shauna. So that was an exciting investment a couple years ago. We got to be a part of family night, and we've had lots of smiles and laughter. These are the books that we've read since 2022 together that the children at Patrick Henry Elementary School have read. Kim is going to share more about this, but just some of the statistics, over 1,400 students, some of them, year over year, the same students who come along, but, each year we've added up the 300 plus students who read that book together. 32 workshops, 20 volunteers from the bank, and then over $19,000 invested across all the different types of donations and sponsorships that touch the students at Martinsville City Public Schools. So I will turn it over to Jane Ann Davis to talk about what some options with the bank, and then Kim, you'll go out. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm turning over to Kim. So I'm sorry. I'm so nervous, y'all. Super nervous.
That's okay. That's fine. Beverly's one of our most eloquent speakers, but I know. Why are you so nervous today? Oh, educators. I got it. I too am nervous in front of educators. Good evening, everyone. As Beverly has stated, my name is Kim Simon. I am the CRA and Fair Lending Program Manager. I manage one of the community development tools at Carter Bank, namely the Financial Education Program. Thank you again for allowing us to serve the students at Patrick Henry Elementary School. It's a pleasure. The goal of our financial education program is to provide financial capacity building tools so all can prosper. Sometimes it means external partner collaborations. Since 2022, as you can see, we started out from 2022 through 2025 so far. We were privileged to partner with Patrick Henry Elementary School via Read to Them, Virginia Read One Book initiative as a conduit to empower over 1,400 students to develop lifelong habits like saving, budgeting, and spending wisely. 20 Carter Bank associates took on this charge, volunteering over 37 hours, delivering 32 workshops with our purpose in mind, creating opportunities for more people so that more can prosper. This year, Carter Bank involvement in the Read to Them initiative went beyond delivering financial education classes to the students. Our team was invited to one of the parent nights in March, where we gave out FDIC Money Smart parent caregiver guide to the parents. The guide summarized key concepts and help our parents talk in the practical conversations with their students about financial topics such as saving, setting financial goals, prioritizing spending decisions, and staying safe online, because that's very important as well. I want to also highlight that in the last year, our associates facilitated over 80 workshops in our communities across Virginia and North Carolina, which included content for pre-K through 12th grade, also including adults curriculum and older adults curriculum about staying safe online as well. And these curriculums are prepared by FDIC and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. One of the things that I would encourage you to do is if you have a thought about collaborating with us with workshops and so on and so forth, please feel free to reach out to one of our local branches, and they'll be happy to connect you with us so that we can further have this dialogue and empower our students in the community and adults in the community to own our own financial success. Thank you. Now I turn it over to Jane Ann Davis, our Chief Administrative Officer.
Thank you, Kim. Tonight, I appreciate you all inviting us to come, and we are so excited to work with the city schools on their educational initiatives. And I just wanted to take a moment and share with you all we're also so very passionate about educating our associates. And some of the programs I wanted to share that we partner with, North Carolina Bankers Association and the Virginia Bankers Association have programs where we send associates to. They span over 3 years. Thank you, Beverly. And it gives them the opportunity to network, to meet other colleagues and other banks, and to enhance their skills about banking. The Virginia bankers as well as North Carolina bankers have executive leadership initiatives for those that have evolved to be senior leaders within the bank. And we also send our associates to those programs. And also in various markets, we do partner with the Chamber of Commerce to participate in programs that they have. Internally, I'm very pleased. We have emerging leader programs to give our individuals more professional growth, to build relationship with their peers, to work with the executives. We also send all of our managers through a development program. This enables them to not only focus on policies and procedures, but it also gives them the skills to be effective managers. And this is one program that I just love about Carter. We have continued education. So if an associate decides that I would like to take a course at a community college or on an online college and it relates to banking, we encourage them to do so. If they pass the class and go by the guidelines, the bank will reimburse them for that education. We also have associates who go and obtain their associate's degree, their bachelor's degree, and we also have had 2 that have completed their master's degree successfully. And the bank, in partnership with those associates, paid for the cost of that education. So I think that is just a great benefit to our associates. We also have some robust training centers where associates can go and learn. And last but not least, job fairs. We're very interested in our human resources and bringing associates in our local markets. I, as one, as you heard, I work part-time at Carter. Right from high school, I went to Tech. And I came back here. I just really feel a closeness to Martinsville and Henry County, and we go out to other colleges and universities and share our opportunities with them and encourage them to be part of the communities that we serve. Beverly, I believe I turn it back over to you.
So in terms of what some next steps are, we want to keep up the momentum, and if there's any way that Carter Bank could be of service and a continued partner with Martinsville City Public Schools, we would love to do that. And some of the ways, as Kim so eloquently mentioned, are all of the financial education workshops for every age, the parent caregiver guides, and Kim brought folders that have examples of the caregiver guides, and she also brought a list of our adult workshops so that you all each have a copy to see. And as Jane Ann mentioned with career development, we know that there are amazing individuals that come out of your school system, our school system here, and we welcome them into our workforce if they would like to be a part of it. You know, we'd love to get to know them. And as Kim and Jane Ann mentioned, you can visit a branch, you can talk to any associate you might know, and we've got a communityimpact@carterbank.com email address if you'd like to just reach out that way. We'd love to send you a caregiver guide if you'd like, ways to have conversations with your children about finances at age appropriate, and then also any classes or ideas you have. We thank you for this opportunity and for your time and partnership.
Thank you.
Thank you. We have several of our alumni who are working at the bank, and it's always good to see them there, especially the robust progressive program you got where students can continue in their education. So we appreciate it.
Thank you very much. We enjoyed learning more about what you've all been doing. Thank you for contributing to our school system. All right, information agenda. We have the new Accreditation Model Part 2, presented by Dr. Dowden.
Very exciting.
Oh.
Good evening. Good evening. So as I mentioned in our last school board meeting, they've changed kind of the accreditation system for schools, and they bifurcated the system into an accountability system and an accreditation system. So they're two different sides kind of to the same coin. Last month I went over the accountability system. And that was, let's just roll. What you see on the left, that was with all the calculations and performance index, and then the summative labels of needs intensive support, off track, on track, and distinguished. This evening we're going to deal with the right-hand side, the accreditation side. It's a separate system and it's focused on compliance, which is very different. In the past, accreditation was based on student performance. Now that's going to be based on compliance. Compliance with 8 components of the standards of accreditation, including comprehensive school identification. We don't know exactly what that's going to look like, how they're going to put those labels on the schools, but that will still be accreditation denied, conditionally accredited, or fully accredited. And again, that's solely based on state statutory obligations and focus on operational compliance. Now, to delve into that a little more, so I have listed up here the 8 components of the standards of accreditation: student outcome and growth measures, requirements and guidelines for instructional programs and for the integration of educational technology into those programs, administrative instructional staffing levels and positions, including staff positions for supporting educational technology, student services, auxiliary education programs such as library and media services, requirements for graduation, community relations, and the philosophy, goals, and objectives of public education in the Commonwealth. When I'm checking our compliance and accountability, the standards of accreditation is my handbook. That's where I check hours. All of those pieces are in that standards of accreditation. So you will find that in my office, tabbed and marked, and I have folders where I started collecting evidence. Several years ago, we were part of a pilot with DOE where they had us submit evidence. Every year we have to do this report. Dr. Talley calls it the death report. It's the compliance with the standards of quality. It's very long and it's very tedious, and it's where you go look at every little piece to see that you're compliant with it. So a few years ago, they had us pilot collecting evidence and submitting the evidence. So I don't know if that's what's coming or what that's going to look like. We have started preparing for that. For example, I had the schools do their comprehensive needs assessment and put those in a OneDrive folder. They have their school improvement plans. They're in a OneDrive folder. All these different pieces, I've been trying to collect the evidence just in case so we don't get caught short at the end. Breaking down those 8 components, this gets a little more specific. So again, every year we sign off we have to sign off that the division's promotion retention policies have been developed in accordance with the requirements. They have. Compliance with the requirements to offer courses that shall allow students to complete graduation requirements. So in the standards of accreditation, they list for each content area the minimum number of courses you have to have offered in order for students to be able to meet those graduation requirements. And we do meet those. The school and school division's ability to offer the instructional program prescribed in the code. The school and school division's offering of history, social science, and English to include writing. Those are required and we do offer those. Compliance with the leadership and staffing requirements. I will be very transparent. That's the one that every year gives us trouble. And that's having 100% of licensed teacher in properly endorsed areas. And we have a national teacher shortage. So that's the one that gets us. Now we do pretty well. At the elementary level, we tend to run around 98%, which is good. It's at the secondary level that it gets a little harder. We're always tend to be in the 80s or 90s. So we're never below the 85 level. And it's something we continuously work on. And compliance with the facilities and safety provisions. That is the fire drills, lockdowns, CPR certified people at each building. Those are all those components within that one. Compliance with the parental notification provisions. And most of that is taken care of through our website. Thank you, Callie. Through our handbook and the school quality profile. There are all types of requirements of reporting pass rates, chronic absenteeism, discipline data. All of that is on our school quality profile through VDOE. If you go to our website, there's a link under district and also a link under families that they can click on that and see those. The standards of learning have been fully incorporated into the school division's curriculum. In all accreditation eligible schools, the standards of learning materials are being taught to all students eligible to take the SOL test. And that's part of me not only providing feedback when I do instructional rounds, but checking that everything's aligned to the standards and the standards are fully integrated into the classrooms. Number 9 is a long-range comprehensive plan for the division. And that's one that we have on our website that we recently reworked and presented. Part of us presenting that at school board meetings goes along with the parental notification and community notification about our plan. Also, schools have to have comprehensive plans and they have to be reviewed annually, which our schools do that. That's also when the schools presented their plans here at the school board meeting, that's part of that notification of parents and the community. And that's also, I think, at first Patrick was being left off of that list because they didn't have to submit to Office of School Quality. I said, no, they need to present too, and that's for this component. And then to develop such plans, each school conducts a comprehensive needs assessment in collaboration with the school division staff. We do that. In fact, we use all the DOE comprehensive needs assessment templates to make sure that we're in full compliance with everything. And then those are submitted to me and kept in a OneDrive folder. Also provide feedback on that process. And number 10 at this point does not apply to us. That's where we have a school identified for comprehensive support. Then we have to do a corrective action plan with that. And then finally, number 11, actions taken to correct any non-compliance issues the school reported in the previous year. And like I said, the one we tend to have trouble with is the staffing one. And that's, we have corrective action plans in Title I and Title III working to address that concern. We also have been participating with Longwood in a regional Grow Your Own program to help grow our paraprofessionals into licensed teachers. And then we work very closely with HR, looking at how we can support people with taking their praxis, getting the courses they need. And we also use some of our federal funds to help support that. So that would be the accreditation side of this new accountability and accreditation system. Any questions or concerns?
Is the Longwood program, have we had any success and have gotten?
We've just really started this year. I think we have, two people in that program now. So it's just getting started. I hope to see that grow. But we have been successful in working with some of our people for English learners to get them the licensure they need and help support with courses, praxis tests, and things like that.
Anyone have any questions for Dr. Downing? Mr. Jones?
No, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Allen. It's a new bar, but I want to thank you and staff for everything that you're doing to help us reach that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll get there.
All right, next our consent agenda. I need a motion to approve the consideration of the minutes from last month's meeting as well as the financial report.
I so move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do we need to? Okay.
Ms. Gibbons?
Yes.
Mr. Williamson?
Yes.
Ms. Blackwell?
Yes.
Ms. Carter? Yes. Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, also under our action agenda, we have the Perkins grant that will be presented by Ms. Hines. What's this?
Good afternoon. I come before the board to request permission to apply for the 25-26 school year Perkins grant. Here are the following things that we're looking to purchase in the grant for next year. One, we're looking at $42,420 that goes toward continuing providing opportunities and professional development for our CTE teachers. Also, we're going to some of those funds going to some of the platforms we use to teaching our students. And one of our new classes we will be providing is cybersecurity operations and cybersecurity foundations. We would like to ask for $7,635 to continue to implement school-based enterprises in our schools to make sure that all of our students, economically disadvantaged English learners, disabled and non-traditional students with work-based learning opportunities. We want to continue our partnership with Patrick and Henry and paying for our having local funds for supporting our career counselor at Martinsville High School. That's $9,000. We had a very robust student organization with health. We want to continue to try to build those both in health sciences and business and information technology student organizations, so we can pay for the funds of registration, lodging if they're going to national, regional, or state competitions. Those prices are at $5,000 per organization, and for paying for for 2 advisors for both. We're looking at having $3,500 spent on our trade and industry education, where we still have welded with Patrick and Henry Community College. We now have places for 5 students instead of 4, so that price did go up. And lastly, I'm requesting $9,500 to permit our teachers, CTE teachers during the summer after school, to continue working at planning and developing the curriculum for our CTE programs to keep moving forward and being relevant in today's education. And a total also, lastly, for administrative equipment for the CTE coordinator, we're requesting $1,200 of any equipment they may need. And the total is $83,255. Please understand those numbers are not firm. Those are estimated costs.
All right. Any questions for Ms. Hines? And you need us to vote on this.
Need a vote and a signature.
All right. I'd like to make a motion that we accept the Perkins grant as presented by Ms. Hines.
Second.
Somebody else needs a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry, somebody else has that motion. So, can you say you
I
second?
so move.
There you go. I second. All right.
Ms. Gibbons,
Yes.
Mr. Williamson,
Yes.
Ms. Rockwell,
Yes.
Ms. Carter,
Yes.
Mr. Jones.
Yes.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you so much.
Sign it right there for you. Okay. Next, we have the Virginia Department of Education authorization of signature in the absence of the division superintendent.
That's the form you just.
That's the form we signed.
Oh, that's
Abstain.
okay. I thought we were signing that for
Yes.
Ms. Hines. Okay. All right, so Dr. Talley has presented that. I guess I should pause and read that a little bit more. So it appears that you're going to do the same thing you've done for the last few years, that in your absence. Mr.
Yeah, the cabinet members, Dr. Downey, Dr. Topley, and Mr. Clemens.
Okay. And this is good through July 31st of this year. Is that accurate?
That's what it was, and we're changing it to July 31st of next year.
Right. She
Okay.
has to end next year.
Okay. So
Good
we're
for
just
you.
gonna change
Yes.
that. Okay. All right. All right, so I need a motion
Yes.
to approve.
Can you state what that is again?
It's,
Go ahead. You-
okay, it's, in my absence, to allow 3 people in this case to sign things. State's very precise on that, certain documents, but if I'm away, any of those 3 people, and only those 3 people could sign for me.
Any other questions? My only question is, so I'll need to sign this again, because this one only says through the 20th.
Yeah, the dates.
Okay, the dates.
It's not.
Okay, all right, okay. All right.
I so move.
I second. Okay.
Ms. Gibbons,
Yes.
Mr. Williamson,
Yes.
Ms. Blackwell,
Yes.
Ms. Carter,
Yes.
Mr. Jones.
Yes.
All right. Next, we have policy updates. Mr. Wright's going to come forward and go over, again, as we mentioned, the School Board Association has all these different updates that they need us to make to our verbiage. So, Mr. Wright, if you will walk us through that.
Good evening. I gave you a folder of these 5 changes. And we do have a backlog of updates to make, and so each time I come before you, we'll do about 5. I'm going to try to give you 4 of them that are just simple underhanded pitches. Maybe it changes a comma, something else like that. And then one that maybe is a little bit more meaty in nature. So what I've done, the way I've stapled your papers together is you'll see the original policy that's on the books right now. And then stapled to the back of it, you'll see the recommendations from the VSBA. And there may be something that is underlined. So on the first one, and I think perhaps just deal with these individually. So if there's anything that someone wants, have them all together and we can get rid of one if we want. And these are, again, just recommendations from this group. It's not like we have to do what they say. But on this first one, code AC, it's talking about non-discrimination. And so you can see going from the first, the old policy, the existing policy, the only thing they've done is added the word ethnic to the updates. So that's all that's there on that first one.
Do you want us to vote on these individually?
Yes.
I would imagine so. That'd be easier so it's not batched all together and there'd be a question. So.
Any questions about the first change? All right, may I have a motion to accept the change for the policy AC, code AC?
I second.
Okay.
Ms. Givens?
Yes.
Mr. Williamson?
Yes.
Ms. Blackwell?
Yes.
Ms. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Okay. Manual code BBD. It's kind of interesting that you guys can be removed from office. Sometimes it's interesting if you wanted to go through these. It says, any school board member can be removed from office in according with those state codes. And I went through today and I read through those state codes. And so that's a little bit interesting. You can see from the first page to the second page, all it is updating references to the Code of Virginia. There's no updates there other than making references to the different statutes in the Code of Virginia.
And is that because we're elected? I mean, we're not elected since we're appointed?
I think it's that you're serving on a public board.
Okay, so it has nothing to do with how?
It doesn't matter whether it's elected or appointed.
Okay.
Good question.
Any other questions for Mr. Marks? All right, may I have a motion that we approve the updates to code BBD?
Ms. Givens?
Yes.
Mr. Williamson?
Yes.
Ms. Blackwell?
Yes.
Ms. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Okay. Moving on to code BDDH/KD. And sorry, I'm a nerd. I do enjoy this job and looking through these policies and finding everything else, but that's just the title of it. This one is talking about public participation at school board meetings. And perhaps if you notice from the existing draft to the new recommended updates, it's talking about students participating. It'd be great if we had some more public speakers like we had tonight. I thought that was fantastic. But this is just saying that if a student wants to come and make a presentation, they would be recommended to follow the same protocols as members of the community do and that kind of thing. It may ask them to provide some other identification, that kind of thing, but you can see what the updates are there underlined.
Questions?
I would have hated to have come and showed my report card. Sometimes when I was a student, I said, I want to talk to you guys, but that's what it says.
All right. May I have a motion to approve the changes to BDDH/KD? Second.
Ms. Givens?
Yes.
Mr. Williamson?
Yes.
Ms. Blackwell?
Yes.
Ms. Carter?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Okay. Next, we have code CLA, which talks about reporting acts of violence and substance abuse. And you can see that it's a 3-page policy. The only update is in the very last paragraph, where it says that the school board develops in cooperation with local law enforcement agencies some of these different programs. And one of those programs would be research-based hazing prevention. And that's the only change to this one. I don't think that's very substantive, but just letting you know that's the proposed update.
Questions? All right, may I have a motion to approve the changes to code CL?
Ms. Gibbons,
Yes.
Ms. Williamson,
Yes.
Ms. Blackwell,
Yes.
Ms. Carter, Mr. Jones.
Okay, and in speaking with our attorney on this next recommendation, he's recommending that we do this as a first reading tonight. So if there's anyone from the public or the board or the division who wants to comment on this, get those comments to us. But this will just be a first reading this evening. This is, like I was telling you before, wake up, here comes a real pitch. This is not perhaps just the underhanded stuff. So this is talking about electronic participation in school board meetings from remote locations. And right from the beginning, you can see in the existing policy, it's talking about we don't have people participate remotely, except when there are some exceptions. And so then it goes into some of these exceptions. And in this update, you can see on the underlined version, it's talking about perhaps someone needs to be a caregiver for someone who has a disability at home. Someone has a disability, and that's outlined in the Virginia Code, what those disabilities are. It also on page 2 of the redlined version, the one with the underlines on it, the fourth bullet says that it's recommending that you don't miss and join remotely any more than twice during the year. And that's for folks who don't have any of these other exceptions. Let's say I'm out of town, I'm doing something else, I need to join remotely. Please don't do that any more than twice is what this recommendation is saying. If you meet some of the other exemptions, that's not a problem. Miss as many as you need to if you are a caregiver, if you have a disability that is mentioned in the Virginia Code. You also notice underneath those 4 bullets, our current practice is to start the meetings and ask for a vote on if anyone can join remotely. Right now, you don't need to do that with this update. It's saying that as long as you note it in the minutes, how this is working, you don't need to ask for a vote. It's just assumed that before the meeting, anyone who needs remote access has contacted the chair and said why and from where that person is going to join. And so in the minutes, it's saying that will be recorded. It's not for public information. It's just going into our minutes that this person is joining remotely because of this exception. And this is the location where that person is joining from. And so that's just to make sure that everything is as above board as possible. I think that's the majority of what's going on here. The first section here is talking about if you have a quorum and you are physically assembled. Wow, we're all here. We're going to have a quorum. We're all here. It also, this was last updated during COVID. And it said there are going to be sometimes perhaps where the governor is giving you a chance to have a quorum not physically assembled, and it's an all virtual public meeting. That's in crazy excuses and crazy times like COVID did, but there may be some extenuating circumstances that would call for that. But that's ultimately the kind of changes that would be made to this electronic participation policy code BDD.
So we just need to read over it and mull over it.
Read over it, mull over it. It's the first reading. If anyone has any questions tonight, we can talk about those. And again, I've been in contact with our school division's lawyer today to make sure that we do this. One other change here also is that if someone is participating remotely, that they would not be joining in the closed session part of the school board meeting. They would just be invited to participate in the general open session remotely, but not in the closed part. But yeah, any other questions that we have tonight we can talk about, or between now and the next time we have that, we can bring those up.
Any questions tonight for Mr. Roberts? Ms. Carter, questions? Okay, if you do have any questions, Mr. Jones, do you have any questions?
right now.
Okay. All right, if you do, just please reach out to Mr. Wright before the next meeting.
And if you need anything from me, Ms. Gibbons, about copies or anything between them that need to be shared with anyone, just let me know.
Okay, all right, and everybody has a copy, correct?
It's here, yes, ma'am.
All right, thank
Okay.
you very much.
Thank you.
So we're not voting now, we're tabling it.
Well, it's a first reading on that one,
Okay.
so we have to redo that next month.
Okay.
First reading. Okay, next up, we wrote the superintendent's report.
Thank you so much, Ms. Gibbons. We had several meetings, a lot of exciting things happening. SAC team met, this is our representation of teachers and also two representatives from central office. And of course, their major concern, and I don't blame them, was the budget. Something that we've been working on. And of course, we were completed in January, February. We'll always try to be early. We never want schools to be last. And we want to anticipate what it is that we need. But I assured them again that we've had really several great meetings because Travis and I meet with the city manager monthly anyway to give them a preview of what we're going to be doing in the budget. Those are some concerns. They also have concerns about sick days. This is a conversation that the board actually picked up 2 to 3 years ago, but was discontinued. But I let them know I wouldn't bring it forth again, and that is any type of reimbursement for unused sick days. You guys remember those who were here then, we talked about it, but really took no action. We also had people go out and field the other districts and see what they were doing. So that I'm bringing this up to let you know that's still on the lines and can be brought up whenever the board wishes. The play Beauty and the Beast was wonderful. We just had a great time. I thought it was sold out every night. I don't know, but it was just very good. And again, congratulations to Ms. Hines and her staff. I know it's bittersweet for her because she's moving more into the technology thing now, and I know that's her baby. But I think you've trained your people very well, and that's the mark to member of the leadership is when you train people to be able to do the job when you're not there. To me, that's an excellent sign. I'll never forget when the State Department visited Cynthia and I when Dr. K was here, and we missed the whole group. And when we got back, we were upset because we thought we were in trouble. But of course, we had to do what the superintendent asked us to do. And they remarked the school is excellent because they're able to function without you there. And so again, Ms. Hines, I think you've done an excellent job because your people function very well. So kudos to you. Government schools, and Ms. Gibbons will probably mention some things about that. We've got a lot of action, including some resignations today. I don't know if you've had a chance to look at your email. Yeah.
Didn't get that one.
Okay, a lot going on.
Okay.
But, and that may have gone to just the superintendent. I'll send it to you. But staff members there, because again, that particular area is in the middle of change. I was just thrilled to have Dr. Alexander reach out for me, and everybody who went to Tech knows him. He is the man for head leadership and be able to teach his class. And young man I've always admired. He's ageless. I think he was there since everybody I knew that ever got a doctorate from Tech was there, and enjoyed his class and talked about the role of superintendent and some very good people who are aspiring to be certified. So that was just a great experience to be with his class. Again, we've met with the city manager several times, and we meet again tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow at 11 o'clock with her again. A lot of meetings behind the scenes, talking about the budget. We also attended several city council meetings, even though schools weren't on the agenda. I did want to see what was going on with the budget and what was going on with other things, so we've done that. The CT and Performing Arts evening was wonderful. We had a great time. I didn't know it was going to be outside, but we had a beautiful day for it. And, you know, all the groups were just marvelous that performed. Again, we have so much talent with our kids. I want to thank board members because I did see you guys, some of you guys over there selling refreshments and helping, and that was great. And also, I think I got talked into buying 8 candles. I don't know what I'm going to do with all 8 at once. But anyway, I teach our students can sell stuff. They're good. I went for 8 candles in there with a bracelet and some other stuff that I just was forced upon. I had to buy because you can't say no. You can't say no to the kids. You can't. I went early though. I actually bought a lot of stuff in the classroom. I had bought it already, but our kids are so proud of their work, and that really impressed me. How much pride they take in what they do, and the quality of what they do. So they're going to be getting a lot of orders, especially for T-shirts and cups. So get ready for that. I did not see a Dallas Cowboy cup, and that did upset me. I quickly moved over it and said it's all about the kids. But that did stop me for a few minutes. And TJ understand, he's a fan too. He knows what and Mike, they know what I'm saying. But I got over it. The Blue Ridge Regional meeting, which was great. Including the Dairy Queen stop. It was all good. A kid took me in some part of Rocky Mountain. Lord help me, that I didn't think I would get off. Kathy just said, just keep driving, and I did. But we had a great time, and Bob and I looked around at some of the things that they have up there. I had not seen that center, but I've heard about it, and it is remarkable. Wish we had a building like it. So much for CTE. You could do so many things. And they were even trapping water, trying to do things with water. I mean, the hands-on stuff was just phenomenal. And if you get a chance to go to the Growth Center, I suggest you go. You'll really love it. It's quite interesting. Also, the Employee Appreciation Banquet dinner was outstanding. I want to thank Johnny and her staff and everybody, because I know a lot of you helped her that participated. I think it was one of the best. I thought the central office should have won a few things, but again, I'm not going to have sour grapes. But it was quite fun, and we enjoyed it. And again, thank you for doing something different this year. It was different, but we really had a great time. Region 6. We talked about a lot of things. A lot of people quitting the State Department because the turnover is tremendous. But you remember, we've had 2 state superintendents for a year. And when you have that, you have turnover. And you have the dismantlement, supposedly, quote, of National Education Association in D.C. So you've got a lot of things going on there. And I say this because a lot of, even though they seem to be requiring the same amount of work and reports, but a lot of things will be delayed this year because there are a lot of new people. The caveat is doing a lot of different jobs. And I just hope the turnover is for the best of students. To me, that's what we live for. Everything we do ought to be done for kids. It ought to be about students. And I hope we'll get the politics out of the way, even though politics will never leave education. The Harvest Foundation had a great meeting with them with the health fair. I want to thank those people who went the first day. We could not go. Felicia's kind of helped spearhead that. And Cynthia and Travis. I won't leave anybody else. Who else was there the first day? Anyway, that's it. I missed it, but it was a great idea of having free health assistance and a way to treat students and teachers so they don't have to miss work. It was really exciting. Health centers so that when people are sick, they can go right there from school. You can get what you need. Teachers can go there, get what they need, and everybody's attendance can be up. So it was just so cool to listen to this. This has been done in several other areas, and so this is coming back to our area. So we can't wait to hear the news, and I think this is going to be a win-win because I think it's gonna be good. You go in it just like you do prime care or any other facility and give them your insurance and if you're on Medicaid or whatever, all this counts in. So some services for a lot of people will be virtually free if I understood it correctly. But we just had a great time and I think it's gonna again help people get more medical care and that's a win-win. Anyway, it goes. Then finally, UVA Advisory Committee Board. We talked about so much and mostly mental health of students, which is still critical. A lot of times that has become the forgotten thing. And we talked about that in conjunction with cell phones in schools. Because, there was a mandate by the governor that they could bell to bell, there are no cell phones. And it was just interesting because they actually surveyed students. Nobody really usually asks kids what they want or what they think. And it was just fascinating. UVA is doing a study on it. It was fascinating to see the remarks of the students. And I thought the cutest remark was, well, the grown-ups want us to get rid of cell phones, but they invented it. And I thought that was just cute. I'm serious. That was just funny to me because I thought about that. You're right. Cell phones are being produced by adults. Kids aren't making them. I thought that was just brilliant. Teenagers, they like to talk about it. But it was a great interview, a great perspective from a kid's view, a teenager's view, and then some of the pros and cons of having them versus, if you think about it, society is never going back, right? And the things that people thought would get kids in trouble have always been adopted by society and made do up, such as cars. Nobody wanted teenagers to drive. Some of you probably still don't because your insurance rate. But nobody really wanted kids to have cars. But now they're acceptable. And so the cell phone's the same way. Can kids know how to control those? Because sometimes even adults can't control cars or cell phones either. So it was just it was just different because it was from a kid's view. So we enjoyed it and looking forward to another year with UVA being on that committee and being a representative of Region 6 superintendents. Thank you.
All right, matters from the board. Ann, would you like to share anything with us? Band trip, tell us anything about that, or?
Well, Martinsville's marching band this weekend. We had a great trip to Atlanta, and some of us had the great opportunity to play pregame for the Atlanta Hawks yesterday.
That was awesome.
That went very well.
Ms. Carter?
I guess just again, hats off to Ms. Hines and the play. It was outstanding. I was gonna mention the band. Those kids, I've seen some pictures on Facebook, and just the exposure that the kids had just that weekend was phenomenal. I know that the Nesby group, they went to Chicago not too long ago, and so exposure is everything. We've got to get the kids out of Martinsville, Henry County, and make sure they're being exposed to all of the wonderful things that happens outside of Martinsville. So for the teachers, the parents, the chaperones, that's helping the kids get out of Martinsville City. It's great to go to school here, but we need some other exposure as well. Hats off to you.
All right, thank you. Ms. Blackwell?
I do not.
Okay. Mr. Williamson?
I do not.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna touch on a few things. I'm gonna go back to the sick days. The teachers asking about that. I didn't want to interrupt you at the time.
Awesome.
So first, it's a question, and it may be for you, Mr. Clemens, both. Do we still have a sick leave bank that was started in 1992, 93, where we were able to donate everybody who wanted to sign up for it? And the only reason I know a lot about it is I was the president of the Education Association at the time, and that was one of our pushes as trying to help out. So do we still have that, where you can donate days to help others when they have serious illnesses or reasons or whatever?
No, we don't have that anymore, and we had tried to reenact that after its inception, but what happened is we ran out of actual days, and actually a lot of people who needed it near the end couldn't get in. So, that kind of went off the table, off the grid.
Because I know we had it at least until 2010, 2011, is that?
We haven't had that much.
Defeated itself.
It did, okay.
We haven't had it in at least 14, 15 years.
Can you run us some numbers, Travis, to tell us I don't know how many days folks are carrying. I know I personally left 40 some days that I hoped would go into the sick leave bank, but I guess it didn't. So can we get some numbers on how much it will cost us to buy some of those days for folks when they retire?
And some of that information should be still around. A lot of it will depend on the rates. There are school divisions who pay no money for sick days. There are school divisions around us that pay $25, just $25 for each day. The exact team basically talking about leaving days on the table when you retire. So you're going to have a variety of people who run out of days, and we've had that this year already. We have some people out of days this year. And we have other people who have 200. So you've got a wide spectrum of that.
The reason I'm asking is we did go over this with Ms. Dillard was the chairman, and we discussed it with Ms. Fulcher when Janie was still here, since she was over that stuff with you. And we did look at what neighboring counties and communities do, and I just want to have the opportunity to see what we could financially maybe do, even if we can't buy all of them, but if folks have amassed 200 days, it would be nice, that we reward them for not being, using their day for being here, because even though we all need a mental health day and time off, I think that those who are here 99% of the time, making sure that our students get the best instruction and get the best they do need something to be rewarded. It's just financially, what can we do? But I don't know the answer, but if somebody could present something to us, I'm not sure that that's really should be done to Mr. Clemens, but if somebody could work on that for us, I'm sure the board would entertain what can we do and see what we can do about that. Because we did bring it up before, and you're right, it did, we didn't get, because it was, because then people start laughing and say, can we go back and give it to people who retired 20 years ago? We can't do all that, but, there was that extra. So if we could look into that, I would appreciate it. I too wanted to say great job to Ms. Hines. She had two big things right back to back, basically, and they did well. I'm saying that the community came out for both. And then I appreciate it from the aspect of you allowing After Prom to have an opportunity to raise money at both of those events. And it certainly was profitable for After Prom, so thank you. Then I'll do my shameless plug for prom. I did this with City Council the other night, so here I go again. Our prom is May the 3rd, for those at home. We have After Prom that evening at the Speedway. And After Prom was started, I think it dates back to, and I don't even think there's anyone in the room that was there at that one. I know the class of 95 and 94 both had After Proms. It may even go back to 1992, 91, somewhere in there. It's always been a great evening. The kids have food, they have games, they are there so that we know they're somewhere safe. And they're with us a few hours. They sign a pledge that they won't leave. If they do decide to leave early, that's when our administration from the high school calls their parent to say, hey, they're getting ready to come home, so you know where they're going and know what's going on. And they have a chance to win a lot of prizes. And we have been very fortunate. Our After Prom has been one that folks have really wanted to emulate in the community, because all of our kids, neighboring kids want to come to our After Prom because we have such good prizes, we have such great food. And so I appreciate any opportunity we've had to raise money. If anybody would still like to donate, as I mentioned at the city council meeting, here's my next shameless plug. You can send us any kind of donations financially to 351 East Commonwealth Boulevard, Martinsville, Virginia, 24112, in care of Martinsville High School After Prom. We'll accept those up even after prom's over, because you've always got to get ready for the next. You're only as good as your next event. We still need help. We need parent help, we need teacher help, we need any kind of help we can get. You need to be at least over 21, 22, I think is what we said, Ms. Waller, at the last meeting, so that you have enough age above the kids so that, they'll listen to you if there's a need. We need help. If you want to come and work a shift or a couple of shifts, we've been throwing out different ideas. I would appreciate any help. You can reach out and call me, you can email me. We will be grateful to have you there. Usually Dr. Talley throws out that he'll be there all night, and for the school board, feel free to join him.
And still do what?
And still go to church the
There
next
you
day.
go. Every year.
Every year he throws that part.
You'll be at church on time. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I will take any help, whether it's earlier in the evening, later in the evening, please call. There's no shameless plug. I've even reached out to the principals. I've asked if the teachers would be willing to help. I'll put their names in a drawing for some gift certificates. I even threw out and even have started pulling on Miss Carter's tug, saying that we will do, because I appreciate Miss Carter coming out and helping. In fact, all the school board members have either come out and given us money because we look pitiful, or or they've come out and helped, and we appreciate it. We'll put their names in a drawing for a half a day, somebody certified to come in and teach their class. And Ms. Carter and I are willing to come in and teach classes. And so we'll draw your names out if you do that. And if we can't get to it this year, just you can bank that over and know that we'll come and find you next year and do it. We are women of our word, that's for sure. So there's my shameless plug about prom. I want to remind, this time of year is hard. It is a long jaunt to spring break, and spring break is late this year. So I know you're tired. I know you're weary. I know you deserve this break more than anything. Please rest. Relax, put your feet up, have fun, do whatever it is that makes you happy, because when you come back, it is a race. You are in a run, because there is almost an after-school activity every day, and I know you're going to be worn out. The main thing is, please remember to be kind to each other. We're all tired, and we can get a little snippy, and we get a little demanding, whether it's us as parents, whether it's us as school board, co-workers, we all get that way. So please, just kindness is the main thing, because we are all in this together. All of us. I appreciate every custodian, cafeteria person, bus driver, aides in every classroom and on the buses. I appreciate everybody in every building who's working. We all do. And we thank you, and just want you to know that we do appreciate what you're doing. And our community appreciates it, and our students. And I think we have our first SOL test tomorrow. Dr. Downey, is that true? At Miss Waller School, that's where she. And I know that they're gonna do phenomenal, and we need to make sure that those kids have breakfast, that they get plenty of rest, and that we support them any way we can. So thank you all for all you're doing. I'll get off my soapbox and move on over to our reminder of dates, which I swear the prints get smaller every day. Kindergarten registration begins tomorrow through Thursday. So please register those precious little babies. April 17th, VIVO at the high school at 10:30.
Special needs program, Dr. Todd Wisdom. It's wonderful. The students perform on stage, musical. It's very.
Is there another name for it that I've seen advertised? DeCapa. That's that. Okay, all right.
Tracy Philliman.
Okay, all right. Well, I hope people can come out and see that program. April 18th through 25th is where Miss Waller's going to whoop whoop again. That's your spring break. Enjoy them. And we have our SOL testing again. Majority of it is after break, correct, Ms. Stanley?
Yes, this was just a particular situation.
Okay, all right. Then again, prom. And please don't forget about prom. And after prom, May 3rd, beginning May 5th and the whole first week, that is Governor's School presentations. Please know that those students have worked themselves to death as seniors to get that project together. The nerves and the angst And I know they've been prepared well, but they have those presentations that is a big portion of the grade for the year and how they're gonna move on. So that's the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Is that correct? And I thank you to Ms. Carter for coming out, and she's gonna help judge one evening. I'm gonna also judge one evening. We appreciate all the folks who come out and help, and you're welcome to come see the presentations. I believe they begin at 5:30, is that right, Ann?
Yes, 7.
5:30 to 7, and they are in the Frith Building at Community College. Then we have our next school board meeting on May 12th, and that's when you're gonna see all these dates. It's like from May 12th to that last day, we are running, but I appreciate all the running that you're doing. Do we have any unregistered citizen comments?
You missed some things that were voted.
What did I miss?
April 15th.
That's why she's really small.
Paraprofessional librarian.
Right away. I'll tell y'all, you're gonna have to take a little bit. Let me say that this month has been a lot of recognizing people. So we want to recognize the Paraprofessional Appreciation Month. We appreciate you all. The Librarian Appreciation Month. We appreciate those folks. Our assistant principals. I know our principals appreciate you all very, very much. And I will also say the first week in May, I believe, is National Teacher Appreciation Week.
School Nurse Appreciation Day is that week too.
Oh, well, see, we're appreciating everything.
And School Lunch Heroes.
Skill, okay. That all May 5th.
She has it all on the wall.
She does, I
It's
no
like
doubt, no
40
doubt.
days.
Okay, we've got it all. All right, if we don't have any unregistered citizen comments, do we have any communication? Zero. Okay. Then here's where Ms. Waller gets really excited. We're going into closed session, Ms. Waller, get excited. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Williams. Also small print.
Yeah, I got the hat. I can't see. Okay,
Here it
I
is.
got it. I couldn't see.
Why so small?
Whereas Martinsville City School Board has,
We are.
I can't, I really can't see that.
Okay.
Okay, pursuant to
Close,
section.
I got it, command to close. No, this thing's too small.
Okay, pursuant to section 2.2-3711A of the Code of Virginia, I move that the board convene in closed session for the purpose of discussing the following specific matters. Discussion and consideration of the evaluation, employment, assignment, and reassignment of employees of the Martinsville City Public Schools as authorized by section 2.2-3711A1 of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act. So since I read it and made the motion, I can't second it. Will you second it?
I say, I'm lost right now. I can't see this.
It's the motion, I need a second.
Okay, I second. I so moved.
I so move.
Ms. Givens.
Yes.
Ms.
We are all.
Williamson. Ms. Buckwell.
Yes.
Ms. Carter.
Yes.
Ms. Jones.
We're taking donations for reading glasses, folks. Have a wonderful break. Thank you for all you do.
Go to the bottom.